Hi guys, today I figured out what the miner has to hash in order to get the leading zeros he needs to meet the difficulty requirement to win the block reward. And so I thought I'd just share with you how it works as best as I can tell. First of all, every block has a header. And if you go down, so I'm going to use block 883652 actually for this example. I'm going to use this one. And if you click on that and you go down to details, you can see the block header right here, block header hex. And you get this really long hexadecimal number. So this hexadecimal number is actually a bunch of different numbers put together. And I'll go over here to my text edit page, and I've broken it down right here. So let me just paste that in what I just copied, and I will make it white so that we can see it. And you can see that it's broken down into the version, okay? And then this is the previous block header hash, which I'll explain that in a minute. And then we got another 32 bytes or 64 characters, which gives us the Merkle root hash. And then these break down into time, bits, and nonce. So when you have this number in its big long form like this is what the miner came up with in order to win the block. So all the miners in the world are taking this number with one difference. Well, actually, there could be many differences. I won't go down that road yet. So they're taking this number and let's say variations of this number because they're changing the nonce, and then the transactions themselves that they're including into the block could be different than another miner's transaction. So the Merkle root would change. So they're getting some kind of number similar to this, and they're hashing it, and they're trying to find that really low hexadecimal number with the leading zeros. And so they take this number, and then we're going to copy it here, and we're going to go ahead to a SHA-256 hash generator, paste it in there, and we don't want to do it as text. We have to do it as a number. So, whoops, it deleted it. So there it is, and we generate this hash. And so then we get this result. Then you have to take this and copy it, and then you have to rehash it. So we're double hashing this. So we're rehashing our result, and then you'll get this number. And you're going to notice that there's a bunch of zeros on the end. That's because this is in the wrong format. So let's copy it, and let's go to this hex big endian to little endian converter. So we're going to paste this number with the zeros on the end into big endian, and we're going to convert it to little endian. Now you see you get a hash with a bunch of leading zeros. So this miner hit this hash with his nonce and his transactions in the Merkle root, and he or she was able to get this big, I should say this little number. It's a little number because it's below the difficulty. So I want to prove to you that this is indeed what it is. So I copy this, and I'm going to go over here to case converter. I'm going to put it into lowercase because that's how mempool space does theirs. So we go over here to mempool space, and we're going to go to this hash right here, which is the hash that won the reward. And I just have to, you can see it down here at the bottom of the page if I hover over it, but I'll go ahead and copy it, and I will put it right underneath the one I just had, and you can see that that was the winning hash. So again, the miners compile all that information into a block header, which is right here, and they hash it, and they change the nonce, and they change the transactions around in there, and they keep working on this until they get this number, and then they win the block. One other quick thing I'll point out is part of that header is the previous block's header hash. And we see again here all the zeros on the end. So again, if we were to take this and go and convert it to little endian, I'm sorry, big endian to little endian, and then I'll paste it over here and I'll make it lowercase. And then I want to show you, because we've been working on block 883652, so this should be the hash to the block right before this, so be 883651. So if we go to there, 883651, I don't know why my screen is doing that, and then we copy that hash, it should match up with that perfectly. Yep, it sure does. I don't know if that made any sense to you guys, but it was pretty cool for me to figure out. I wanted to know, what exactly are the miners actually crunching? What number are they actually crunching? What are they actually hashing to try to come up with the winning hash? And it's this giant block header, which is comprised of version, previous block header hash, the Merkle root, which is a hash of all the transactions. I don't quite understand how they get it, but it's basically all the transactions in the block. And then they have a time, bits, which I have no idea, and the knots, which I believe this is the part that they can just change around all they want to try to hit that winning hash. All right, talk to you guys later.